Hello. I hope you're doing really excellent today. Really excellent. I got Graydon Michael, the cat, with me. Graydon, say hi. He's here with me to give this is a very like whoa type message. It's a very serious message. It's it's complicated. All right, so let's get into it. I am being shown that in a past life you had a very severe sibling rivalry. It was severe, okay, and it didn't end well. And so your soul and this person's soul have chosen to come into this life to try to resolve some of those issues, except they're not your sibling in this life. They're your child in this life. And the reason why they came in as your child and not your sibling is because there's a dual purpose there. It's like you're going to resolve some of this beef from the past life, some of this residual energy, but this child was also going to help you heal from some of the things that you experienced in this life before they were born, okay? And also this child is here to learn some lessons as well. All right, so it's a very complicated situation, and it's a very challenging situation. I'm being shown like it's been a very big challenge for you, okay? You're doing a great job. I just want to let you know that. Before I get into this might be a long message. This is because there are a lot of different aspects to it, so okay, so in this past life, let's start there. In this past life, I'm being shown that you had some type of power or authority. Maybe it was your family had power or authority. And like you were the older sibling, this was a younger sibling. This sibling was very jealous of you. They were resentful of you. They felt like they were in your shadow. They felt like they were in competition with you. Like they felt like you were just better than them. But what I'm seeing is like you were next of kin, like you were next in line. So if it's like your family had some type of power, you were, when they stepped down or when they were done, you were the next one to step up to like take control of the situation. So it could have been like your family was like a royal family that was in charge, or it could be something like this was a family business, and when the elders stepped down, you were the one who got control of the business. And this sibling wanted that control. There was like this lust for power. They wanted to prove that they were better than you. They wanted the control. And they made plans to try to take that control away from you, to try to sabotage you, maybe even like try to take you out. But you got wind of their plans and you stopped them before they were able to do this. And it might be like a situation where like you took them out before they took you out, or it could be just a situation. It depends on what time frame this was in. Because if it was like long ago where like the moral standards were different, it might not have been that unusual to like take someone out before they took you out. You know what I mean? But if it was like a little bit more recent of a past life, maybe like you were able to like prove that they were trying to sabotage you or doing something malicious. Maybe they got thrown in jail. I don't know. You were able to, the bottom line is you stopped them. You were able to defend your position and maintain your position before they had the chance to take it from you. Okay? And you did have to go through you did have to deal with some type of karma over the situation. But it's like in your defense, you were seriously just trying to defend yourself. But the thing was, there was no attempt to come to like amicable terms. This was like a rivalry. This was like enemy type stuff. Okay? There was no attempt to like make some type of resolution, which is why this is carried over into this life. So this life is meant to bring a resolution to this dynamic. So what I'm being shown in this life is this child's temperament is very challenging for you. They have like a very fiery personality. A lot of fire energy there, very spicy. They know how to burn you. They know how to... And it's almost like you're not even dealing with a child, or it depends on like how old the child is now. But when they were little, I'm seeing like, it wasn't like you were dealing with a child. It was like you were dealing with an adult in a child's body. And like they would talk to you and come at you like they paid bills in your house and like you needed to listen to them. Like it was almost like they were very defiant. You had no authority over them and you were the parent. So of course, you know, you have to protect them, you have to guide them. This is like your role as a parent. You know, you got to teach them right from wrong, things like that. But this kid challenged you every step of the way. This kid is very controlling, especially when it comes to you. Okay? They're not this way with everybody, but you have no authority over them. They do not respect your authority whatsoever. They can respect other people's authority. They could be like a good kid. Other places, like very like go with the flow. In other dynamics, like say at school or with other people's parents or things of that nature, or you know, even in other dynamics like that. But with you, it was like, no, hell no. Okay? And it's almost like nothing you can do was good enough for this kid. Not like, this child wanted you to feel the way that they feel. So if they were upset about something and you tried to console them or comfort them or cheer them up, that was not good enough. They were not satisfied until you felt just as bad as they felt in that moment. And I'm seeing it was very triggering for you. It was very difficult, and that was the point. Because I am seeing that you went through very difficult early life, like a childhood. You had a narcissistic parent, a very controlling parent, a very critical parent, a very manipulative parent, a parent that punished you if you did not do what they wanted you to do. There was no emotional support for you. There was a lot of mistreatment, a lot of psychological warfare. And in order to survive through that, you had to push a lot of things down. You had to push a lot of things down. But you are the type of person I'm seeing that if there's a problem, you want to resolve it. If there's an issue, if there's something wrong, you want to get to the bottom of it and you want to fix it. You want to bring it into balance. But because of this dynamic you were raised in, there was no opportunity to bring these things into balance. Because the person you were dealing with was just not going to do it. Their heart was closed completely, or is closed completely. I don't know if they're still here or not for you. But their heart, like, it's just past the point. Their hearts, they're never going to change, or they didn't change. And so you had to survive through that. And in order for you to survive through that, you had to push a lot of things down. Though you were aware of some things and you did go through a healing process before this child was born, there was a lot of things there deep down, pushed down for your own protection that you weren't able to process. And because you couldn't process it, you couldn't heal it, you couldn't bring it into balance. So here this kid comes along, right? And you think like, oh, you know, you wanted this child, you love this child, you were so happy to be a parent. This is what I'm being shown. Take it if it resonates. But then this kid comes in, and this kid is like challenging you every step of the way and triggering things out of you, triggering your nervous system in ways like you didn't even realize were there. It's almost like I'm saying this kid could elicit things in you that you did not even realize were there. And that's the point. This child loves you so much. Really, this child loves you so much, but they don't always know how to show it. And they don't always understand why they are acting the way that they do. Because again, it's really you that they are acting this way with. It's not other people. I am seeing something there about their father or mother, the other parent. So whether you're the mother or the father, it's the other parent. They did learn some type of behavior from them, or they took on something from that parent that parent wasn't able to heal and resolve themselves. That is a little bit of a challenge to you as well. But this child loves you. This child loves you so much. But it's like they cannot help but challenge you because of this stuff that they brought in from their previous life. It's like the purpose was to elicit these things out of you, to help you regulate your nervous system and to help you heal through them. But in order for that to be elicited out of you, I mean, you have to feel it. It has to be done to you again. Because you can't trigger things out of you unless you go through a situation that's going to be similar to make you feel the same way that you felt in that initial situation. Did that make sense? I think you're smart. It did. I'm sure it did. Okay? Because you're very intelligent. Even if people tried to make you seem like you weren't, you are. You're very intelligent. It's like making me scratch my head. So this child had to elicit things in you, and then you would get triggered, and then you would bring it into balance. And maybe you feel like you made some mistakes. Maybe you beat yourself up about it. Maybe you felt guilty about it. But I'm seeing that you can forgive yourself. This is all part of the plan, okay? Because I do see that you come back to love. You do come back to compassion and understanding, even if like you're dysregulated in the moment. But here's the thing. It's like with this kid, it's like you try to set a boundary with this child and they push even harder past your boundary. It's like no matter what you do or say, this child is just going to disrespect you and push you past your limits. Okay, so now I'm being shown some more things. If this child is now an adult, right, like a full-blown adult, like they're fully developed, their brain is fully developed, they are an adult, they got their own family, their own life, their own, responsibilities, I am seeing that you have had to put some distance there to protect your own well-being because that child did not learn the lesson that they were supposed to learn. They might have taught you, and you were able to heal and bring things into balance, but they were not able to learn their lesson, which was to bring that resentment and bitterness and jealousy and competition and control that they felt towards you. It's really control was the main word. Like they wanted to control you. They were not able to bring that into balance. And you had to reach a point where you had to protect yourself. So you might have put distance there. You might have to love them from afar. That might be what the relationship is right now. It's not because you did something wrong, although this child will try to blame you for it because they haven't learned to take responsibility for themselves. They partnered up with somebody who enables them, like a yes man, which just, further prevented them from being able to learn this lesson, to be accountable for the emotions that they have inside of them. So if that is the case for you, this is an adult child now, you made the right choice, and protecting yourself and operating in self-love and self-respect and loving them from afar, that's what you have to do. Like it's like you can't, there's nothing more that you can do. You can't continue to give somebody that just wants to be like severely mistreating you. Like you can't put your well-being in jeopardy for somebody who's not going to learn. They're operating from their ego mind, like their heart was not able to learn that lesson. Will they learn the lesson? There's a possibility they still could. there's a possibility they still could. Okay? Now, if you're in this type of dynamic with that child and the child is not fully developed yet, that I'm being shown that they're like, maybe they're a young adult or they're a teenager, like, 17, 18, or their brain is not fully developed yet, I'm seeing that there is still a very good opportunity for them to learn this lesson, for them to become accountable, become self-aware, and almost it's like they're going to develop some type of compassion for you, because I'm saying they have no compassion for you. It's like they want to take from you. They just want you to give them what they want. They don't want control. They don't want to be controlled. They don't want to be disciplined. They don't want, and it might force you into like a tough love type of situation where you really have to enforce boundaries with them, because they don't respect your boundaries. They don't. It's almost like the idea of how far can I push you until you get pushed too far. And then once you get pushed too far, there's almost like a little bit of gaslighting going on there. Like, I'm the victim. No responsibility for their actions. But again, I cannot stress this enough. If they are not fully developed yet, they do not understand why they act this way towards you. And it might, I don't know if they're into past life stuff. I don't know if they're too young or if they're at the age. I don't know if this is something that you can speak to them about. I don't even know if they would believe you if you did, because they're very headstrong. But there is an opportunity for them to learn. It's almost like they need to miss you, because you do a lot for them. And you've always been even if you made mistakes, even if they dysregulated you or things like that, so that you can learn and grow. Like, on a whole, I'm seeing like you are very loving, understanding, compassionate, forgiving type of parent. Like, you're not a punishing type of parent. It's like you don't want to be like the people that you were raised by. You made a big point not to be like them. But this kid challenges you. I'm saying, this kid challenges you. You're supposed to be best friends. Like, I do see this. If this child learns this lesson, you are supposed to go on to be the best of friends. And maybe even the relationship does go back and forth where you're very close. They want to tell you everything. They want to talk to you. They want your full attention. They do want to spend time with you, but it has to be on their terms. And that's the stuff that they carried over from their past life. They feel guilty. They think that you're mad at them. And I do see that you are angry. Like, you do have anger because they don't respect you. And if they're like a teenager, like kids, they have to learn. They're not always gonna be respectful of you. They gotta go through they're gonna push back. They want that freedom. They want that control. But this is a little bit different, because this kid does know better. Because they don't treat other people that way, but they do treat you this way. It's like on purpose. And I do see that it makes you angry. It hurts you, like it hurts you. But it also makes you angry, like I'm good to you. Like, I'm really good to you. Why do you treat me like this? Type energy coming. And so I hope this is giving you some type of confirmation or validation that this is energy they've brought in. And I see a lot of hope. If they're still, younger, I do see a lot of hope. I am hearing the words compassion, unconditional love, understanding, to just keep coming back to that place of love. I do see maybe you fight like siblings would fight. but yet you're the parent and they're the child. And so you do have a responsibility to keep yourself regulated and to not engage, as hard as it can be, to not engage in if they're trying to pick a fight with you, or if they're speaking to you in a certain tone, or they're throwing attitude at you, or they're trying to like disrespect you, to like just maintain your composure, you know, because you're here to feel these things, to have them triggered up out of you so that you can understand them and bring them into balance. But your power lies in regulating your emotion. You're very powerful, but your power lies in being able to regulate your emotions and to not react to them, to respond to them. I know you know that already, okay? You hear that? There's like a bird. There's a bird making like this unusual noise in the back. It's interesting. All right. So, and of course, if this is a young child, you want to try to regulate your emotions as much as you can and just continue to be the role model that you want to be. Show up like you want to show up. If you get triggered and if you are having a lot of emotion kicked out of you, this is an opportunity for you to address that emotion and to learn to process it. So what I am seeing is those, excuse me, it's like this child is learning, helping you regulate your emotions so that you can in turn help them regulate their emotions. And that's the plan. And also they're like, you're supposed to go on and be like best friends with this person and have a very close relationship with them, like a very positive relationship. If you have another sibling, like say you have 2 kids or more than one child, there is one child that has a very different temperament than this one we've been speaking about. And this one is jealous of your relationship with that child. Because it's like you get along better with them right now. Because they just have a very different temperament. It's just, they're not fiery. They're not argumentative. They're not disrespectful to you. They're just like, they're still a child, but it's not to the degree that it's not to the same degree that this child challenges you. I see that you've come such a long way and you've really taken this very seriously and you have done the work. You have taken this challenge on. Sometimes you don't fully understand it and sometimes it knocks you off balance, because it's like this kid, if you're like in a good mood, this kid wants to come in and like take you down a notch. Or if they're upset and you're not upset, like they want to make you upset and they won't stop until you are as upset as they are. But if you're being triggered, the goal is to go inward and look at this emotion and not like blame them for making you feel that way. It's like those feelings are already existing inside of you and this child is helping you, helping them come to your attention so that you can work through them. Okay? And I do see that you have so much love. You love, so much unconditional love. And you are teaching this child, even if they don't want to admit it, they are learning from you. Even if they're criticizing you every step of the way, like you are important to them, even if they don't show it. And they do love you. I can't stress that enough. I'm being shown they love you so much. But they also are learning self-love. And they also are learning to be okay with who they are, to be accountable for themselves. They're learning to address their own emotions, learning how to regulate their own emotions, and to be accountable for themselves, and to love themselves, to love who they are, and their role in this life, rather than looking at you through the lens of competition or envy. Like, to really love all of their qualities, because they have a lot of really wonderful qualities. This child isn't like a bad kid. They're not like a bad kid. They're defiant and they challenge you, but they have a lot of really great qualities about them. They're very talented. They do have a big heart, and they are quite sensitive, even if, even if they have that fire. They have to learn some things. They also need to learn responsibility in this life. And this is something, a big theme coming through, where you are teaching them responsibility. Like, it's almost like there's certain things that you refuse to do for them because they need to learn responsibility. And also, I'm seeing like they kind of have like expensive taste. I don't know. This is coming through like they want the best of the best. They want the best of the best. I think this has to do too with this past life energy coming through. There was some type of misuse of responsibility and money or something in a past life. So in this life, like you are helping them learn that responsibility and teaching them something that has to do with money. Okay, that's the message. I hope it resonated for you. If it did, I hope it offered you some type of validation or comfort or some type of information that might be helpful in the situation. If it didn't resonate with you, and if it just is like loco coco to you, then that's okay. And I will catch you in the next message. And just know that you are doing a great job. You are. And I know that there's a lot of grief there, especially if you had to distance yourself from the adult child. There's a lot of grief there, but I am hearing like forgive yourself and like love yourself. And I know it didn't go the way as planned in that dynamic. So there is grief there, a little bit of heartbreak, maybe not a little bit, maybe a lot of heartbreak, but you made the right choice. And so, and again, just circling back, if they're younger, they're still younger, they're not fully developed, there is that opportunity for this lesson to be learned and for things to be brought into balance. So don't give up. Because I do see like maybe you want to run away, but you don't want to abandon them. Okay, so just keep, enforcing your boundaries and being consistent and remaining composed and just coming back to love. Coming back to love and understanding and that forgiveness, because you are the role model in this life. Okay, I love you so much. God is so proud of you. God is so proud of you. You took on a very difficult life. Holy cow. Holy cow, did you take on a difficult life? It's coming from every direction in this life, and you are killing it. All right, you're doing a great job. But I know it's not easy, and I know that if you could, you almost wish could be different. But this is how it is. So you have to deal with it. Okay, you have to I mean that in a loving way, like, because I'm not like deal with that. No, but it's like these are the cards you were dealt, and you are the type of energy that likes to address things, and so you will deal with it in that way. Okay? And just keep working through it. I love you so much, and I'll talk to you in the next video.